I am going to alter a book cover today. I'm going to paint it and whatnot. Welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I haven't painted a cover in a while. This is not a vintage book, but it was a book that was recommended because it had like great vintage illustrations and whatnot in it. So I started working on it this past week and just pulling it apart. And so today, and then, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm back and forth, too many things. But I wanted you to see the cover before I start. And I'm just going to put a layer of gesso on now. So I'll pause and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've done 2 coats of gesso. And then I took the cover of the gesso and just kind of placed it just for some texture, I guess. I don't know. And then I did 2 coats of gesso and a coat of this texture paste on the inside. The red's still showing through a little bit, but that's all right. Because that's what red does. Red's hard to cover. Now, if I had added some green to the gesso, it might have helped some, but that's all right. If a little red shows through, it's okay because I like, I'm using some teals and blues and greens, and red goes, so it works. I'm trying to think what I want to do first, because I think I just want to just kind of do some, oh, see, if I start with a lighter, I'm gonna start with the darkest color. The darkest or the lightest? We'll see. I'm gonna do some Prussian blue. Let's just start with that, and leave it open over there just to freak people out, and they'll be like, no, it's gotta get whatever. Anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of do patches. It's gonna be kind of a patchwork of sorts, I guess. I don't know, or I might change my mind, but that's where I'm starting with that kind of idea. The spine's gonna cover it. I'm not too worried about it, but I'm not sure exactly how far everything's gonna go, so I'll make sure that I you know, have it covered some. Don't really know how big I want my squares to be. They're not going to be squares. They're not going to be equal. It's not going to be like a regular patchwork. And apparently I'm not good at lines. If I want straight lines, but I don't know that I do want straight lines. I think I want it to be a little more organic. So not like an actual quilt patchwork, but just a painty patchwork. That's all. So that's where we're headed with it. See where it ends up. Definitely need to rinse that off. Now we will go to the latest, because you know I'm weird like that. And I was thinking of adding some quinacridone Nico Azo Gold in somewhere too, just to warm it up a little bit. We'll see, because I do like that, and the yellow ochre I like with almost all these colors. Maybe not the lime green, and maybe I won't need that because I've got the lime green. So the title still shows a little bit. That's all right. It just says a Garden Eden. And if I want, and I could do a darker color, which would probably cover the Eden part, but it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. So, yeah, this one I seem to be going a little bit bigger with my squares, but it's an easier color to cover, so that might be why. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 and 4. I'll add more in a minute, I'm sure. We'll do a 5. See, and now there's a 9. I don't usually count. All right, and the next color, let's go ahead and do the turquoise blue. What? No, I didn't put that in the trash. I hope everybody is doing well. I would love to know in the comments what you're working on. And, you know, if you're watching this, a good reason to like it is so that then you know you watched it. I do that. That is pretty much why. I mean, I do it to support channels too, but it also is helpful when you like a video, because you're like, oh yeah, I've already seen that one. Or maybe you want to see it again, but you know, it's a little helpful. We'll go all the way over. Got a little texture there with something got on there. We'll peel it off. It feels like it might be Yupo or paper or something. And now the red will, there you go. Not bad. Maybe I didn't need to gesso it if I did turquoise over it. I don't know. So yeah, if you've like been hesitant to do things like videos, there's a reason right there to like them. Just so you have a record of what you've already watched. I mean, you've got your watch list, but I mean, how far back do you want to go with that? So I just thought I'd use some fun, cool colors, and I think I might do some doodling too, is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking do a base layer of paint and then do some doodling over it, because that's kind of what I've been doing lately is the doodling thing. So I thought, well, you know what, let's do that. That's what we're doing. Maybe do a whole cover like that. That might be fun. So that's what I'm doing. Just kind of a little intuitive with it and everything. Maybe we'll bring some red back in. Who knows? Who even knows? I know I've got some big these two colors are actually pretty similar, just one's a little bit darker than the other. And also I have a blue-green one that is just has some green, it's like Prussian blue but with some green in it, basically. So maybe you could bring that in. I think I have most of these colors and paint markers, but I think though I'm gonna doodle in black because it'll be more of a statement. So black and white mostly, make a statement sorta. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, I got water in my brush now. That's not great. It's going on a little thinner than I might like. And I may come back with, alright, I'm glad I made the greens big because I seem to be going over them a bit. Well, some of them are big, some of them are not, but so if any of you guys been getting out some media to play with, mixing it up. This one might not be so much mixed media if I'm using, you know, acrylic paints and acrylic paint pens. It's still all pretty much acrylic, right? Alright, let me get that lighter one, which one of these is, this is just, oh yeah, that'll probably, well, maybe I want to use a little bit of this too since it's on the inside, even though it'll be thicker. That's okay, and it's a little bit bluer. That's all right. Get the water out. That's mostly so it'll give a different, I mean, I probably have a similar color over in my craft paints. That's where I'm most likely to have a color similar to this. But it's a pretty color. Let's go down a little bit. And it's a light color, but because it's a paste, it should cover a little bit better in some spots. Since we're coming back from the other side where that's... So I think, I mean, this is pretty relaxing because, you know, I have no set plan on how to do anything. I'm just gonna have fun with it and just relax, hopefully. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. We just want to relax and enjoy the process. We'll just meet this one up here. Can always come back. I might have to come back with a little bit of gesso and then the green if I want to add some of the bright green, or I can bring the bright green on top with some acrylic paint pen here. I didn't want to go straight across from that one, so I do put some thought into it. Not a lot. Oops, that was still wet apparently. Not that I can't have it mixed, but kind of don't want to. just don't wanna. I don't wanna. There we go. Just a little bit there, and then so we got, that should be good, right? Because we got the other color. Got the other color coming in. Oops, that had some blue on it still. Well, what you thinking, lady? Just clean it off. So this would be a different cover than I've done before. But, I mean, whatever you do on a journal card or tag, just make it bigger. Do it on a, I don't think I've done this on a journal card or a tag yet, but if you don't want to try it out on a cover yet, you can try this out on a journal card or tag, or make a master board and cut it down. So yeah, think of this as a master board. This is very similar to that other color. So probably, yeah, it's more similar than I realized. Different texture though. It's slightly different. Of course, I just covered that, but that's all right. All right, that is thick. She thick. Okay. I think I'm going to grab the dark blue green that I have, or add a little bit of the Prussian blue again, maybe. And that got thick right there, didn't it? Right here, a little blob. A little blob will do ya. Just a little blob. And oh look, I got water on that, but oh, now you can see the difference in the color. That was real smart, lady. And then we got our drop paper, which will become a book page, you know, page in a book somewhere someday. Maybe I will just bring in the Prussian blue again. I say that and then I'm like, nah, I want to use the blue green. I still might bring in more Prussian blue, but I also want to bring in this Amsterdam greenish blue. That's, you know, been well used here and there, and it will kind of bring the dark, the light, the blues and the greens all together, maybe. Let's see. Oh, here it would be perfect. It's a little darker than the other turquoise, but it's also, it might be less opaque. It is definitely less opaque, because I think that says is empty. It's an empty square. I've got an empty square. Do 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 do. All right, that's not the song, but I make up words to tunes. It's what I do. It would be probably better if I let things dry in between, but that's all right. I don't have the patience for that. If you're new here, you've just been thusly informed, and if you're not new here, you already knew that. No patience. That's a good thing my mother did not name me Patience. I already have a rebellious attitude. I definitely would have rebelled against that name. You know, rebellious attitude is in thinking about cleaning your room, then your mother comes in and says, I want you to clean your room, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you don't want to clean your room anymore. You fight it with you're just like so mad. You're just like, I don't want to clean my room now. No desire. I want to do anything but that. Even though a few minutes ago you were thinking of doing it. That's what I mean when I say I have a rebellious nature. I don't know that this is going to show, but I mean, I don't think it will, because even though it's not an antique book, the spine sure acts like it is, and it's been moving around my area and getting some. What do I want to do? I think I want a little bit more of the bright green in a couple spaces, and then maybe a little bit more Prussian blue in a couple spaces. Get enough water off of that. Alright. So, we've got a space to fill here. I'm not worried if, you know, they're 3 spaces apart, 2 spaces apart, 4 spaces. I don't care. Alright, this one is not going to totally cover, but that's okay. We will just turn that into a, we'll just do something extra doodly on there, and we'll just never know. I don't like to match my lines up perfectly either if they're, so that's why I came down below the blue just a little bit. The top line, it's matching. Let's go up a little bit. So, okay, I guess we're going up to that one. And then just coming straight down. And then you see some of the places where there's a lot of intersections going on. I'm just gonna come in with my Prussian blue and put some little squares there, because I went light on the Prussian blue to begin with, but it will cover best. Also, it's really thick too. Like when I use this on my gel plate, I have to remember, that I don't need much. Don't need much. Don't know much, but I know I love you. All right, there's water on my brush. That's why it's doing stupid things, like being transparent, translucent, showing the color through. Didn't dry my brush off good enough. Okay, just come right here. Okay, that's it. You don't have to go any further down. That will just make it weird. Nope, it's weird that it's like that. I have to go further down now. This is why I don't use brushes for detail work, because I suck at it. Like, I can't do straight lines to save. I mean, there's like a straight line on the brush, and I still struggle. Okay, I think I'll come back in here and come back over the green. See, can't do a straight line. That's right. And because the green was wet, now we're getting a little bit of a blend happening. Don't think we really want that. I mean, it's not bad. It'll barely be noticeable once there's... Okay, so we have darkness coming here, so it kind of goes across, and then we have it kind of coming in a circle here. I think that I need something just a little bit dark right here, because it just feels empty otherwise. Does that make sense? I don't know. And like this, see, the turquoise was dark enough up there for me, but not down here. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have the bright green in the corner. But I'm okay with this bright green in the corner, I guess, because there's that dark bit. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm just gonna... This might not show, but if it does, that'll be fine. I'm just gonna come up here because layers of paint are just gonna strengthen that, right? Maybe, maybe not. All right, so there it is. It needs to dry, and then I will come back with some paint pens and whatnot. So I just outlined everything with a black Posca marker. I use this PC5M. It's a bullet shaped. And so some lines are thin, some lines are thick. It's all good in the neighborhood. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing other things. I just need to decide real quick. I think I want to do bring in some of the colors that I've got here. Like I think I have something similar to that, maybe. And that might be similar to the lime green. One of those. Or let's see. Guess I should have tested these out. That color is not in there at all, not even a little bit. Let's see, that lime green. Let's see, look at it over here. I actually would prefer that it be just a little bit different color. So if I'm doing a color on color, it will show. And then if I'm doing like a color over here, it'll be close enough. So that one will work. And of course I had all my other ones were out, so from using them the other day, this one I think will be perfect. Yep, because that one is close to both those colors. Oh yeah, I think it's almost, yeah. So like this color that I did here, I could even like come here and do like just little dots all around, and it'll barely show, but it'll probably look really cute. Make sure that I'm in camera, hopefully. Hopefully I am. So, just need to start doing something somewhere. We might want to brighten up these dark ones and just bring in a little brightness to them here and there. And I don't have to do all of them, but oh, I forgot to outline something over here. Pay attention, Darcy, pay attention. Yes, I will be moving the book because it's just a little easier for me, especially with my hand. Okay, my lines are not perfect. Trying not to worry about that. It's not as easy as you think. A little paint going off the side there. And then I should have also like a turquoise over here. Excuse me. And then if I want to use some stencils or stamps, I could. But I think I'm going to try to keep this doodly. Doodly, 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 doodly. And I might have to go back with the black marker around the edges if I go over. But that's alright. It's easier to do that than to like stress about going over. I can always go back on my lines. So yeah, just move my whole hand. Move your whole hand. The whole, whoops, nope, that didn't work. So one went crooked, so now more are gonna go crooked because now I'm gonna make it look like it was on purpose. Almost a little wavy. Alright. Maybe some, oops. That doesn't wanna. Alright, I keep forgetting that I got other colors too. Like I don't have to just do this one in here. I could also do it. Oh, and I have a dark blue as well. Somewhere I have a very dark blue, which will work great with this. But I'm gonna have to look for that. Oh wait, is this it? And I'm probably almost out of it too because I use it a lot. This might be more of a bright. That's a little brighter. Yeah, it's much brighter. I don't think that's what I want. I got a darker one somewhere, like a Prussian blue or a navy blue. But those look to be all. Now I could just bring in, if I want to do some polka dots. Let's see, what's this? That's green. I don't want green. Sorry, I'm distracting myself. Alright, looking for a paint that I used, like maybe the Prussian blue one that I don't have a lot of, or I mean that I don't have a thing for, or this greenish blue. I might go ahead and attempt to get a little bit of that out, and then I might need something to mask something if I want to just have the circles be in that particular area. And then I can go ahead and find a circle of some sort. How big of a circle? I don't know, maybe this big. Spread that out, spread that out. Just spread it out with your finger. It's not that big a deal. Alright. And the mask is just so that I can go off the sides a little bit without going into my other squares. There we go. We'll do one on the front too while we're here. Maybe this one right here. Might be fun. Maybe. If I can keep my papers where they're supposed to be. And hopefully not dry out my white pen while I'm waiting for the cover to be done. Alright. That needs to be a straighter line. That's close. Alright. What I do, oh there it is. Stay. My hands are a little bit sticky. Shocker. I was doing some collage so that I'd have some tags to go with this. So those, I've already done the collage bit, but they're kind of like low master boards, so I'll bring you with me when I cut them up, whenever that happens. Here we go. So, see, if you don't think that you're very doodly, you just mask places off and just put in shapes using different objects that you've got. You know, I'm going to be okay with that circle going over that line right there. Oh, and I apologize if the last part of the video was not very loud. I'm going to try to increase the sound, but I forgot to plug in my mic. So, you didn't have to hear me breathing, but then you also had to like turn me way up. So, we will add some white to this as well. Let's see, what else? I started putting a lime. Was this lime any better? Oh, this is the one that I was trying to get out the other day. I've got the small one somewhere, but it's got to come out eventually. If not, then I'm gonna have to write to Arteza and say, hey, what's up? Why won't your pen work? Ooh, I'm like squishing it too much too. It's a chisel tip, but maybe I need to, sometimes you need to put it up this way and push it down, which kind of breaks the, you know, well, if you don't hear the ball, you definitely need to do that. And because I've had to push this down so much, I've kind of ruined the tip. I'm kind of sad about that. I mean, not ruined it, but it's all, I don't know, it's all messed up. I don't know why this takes so long. I'm holding it down and holding it down. So how is everybody? It's probably not even going to be the right color green, and I made you all wait for nothing. Finally. I did turn you off for a second, but then I did start seeing it come down the thing. So this, I put it here to see, and it's good. It's close enough. I think it's going to be a little bit more opaque than the other one. So let's go ahead and put some circles in here. And I've not totally decided what the front and back is yet, because maybe I'll like this side for the front better, or maybe I'll decide that I have a another piece to put on the front, and you know, this less busy part on the front would be fine for the front. I don't know. Time will tell. I haven't made that decision yet. This is a fly by the seat of your pants kind of a journal. So I guess I could have done it as the collab for the Fly Me to the Moon. Fly by the seat of your pants. Or maybe I'll do another one. We'll see. Alright. Oh, I started using this one on here, but this is not a... Let's... maybe in here, just some little lines. This is why like a chisel tip is fun, because you don't have to draw the lines. The pen does it for you. So you just don't even have to think about it. Look how nice that looks. Oh yeah, I like that. And it brightens up that blue. Let's do some over here. There we go. Just want to do it somewhere else now too, don't I? Here. Oops. And I'm going to skip it and come over here because maybe I'll want to do something else in the middle there. And let's do them alternating this time. Like that. Having fun with it. Just having fun with it. I need to get more chisel tips. I don't have many. Most of mine are bullet tips. Bullet. 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 Bullet for you. I feel like 2 of those squares here probably should do one on the back somewhere. We don't have to do it with the blue though. And they don't have to be squares. Maybe, well, or they could be a square. We could do something with this square right here. Bring in the color from beside it. And what other color? And the lime, where'd the lime go? Lime, 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 lime. I do like lime green. I do, I do. I do, I do, I do. I do, I do, I do, I do. How about, this is the lighter one, right? What if we wrote these little blue-green lines and just do some, not even going to worry about if they match up or not. I'm just doing little lines. They're all different sizes, lengths, whatever. It's just doesn't have to be perfect. There. Looks like it's raining, but that's okay. And we can do that over here on the same color or on a different color. Or, let's see, maybe. I also want to do some diagonals. I mean, I have a lot of linear lines here, but I think even if I do it like a plaid, like it's like, you know, like up, vertical, horizontal, and diagonal, something like that, with like some different colors. See, that one's almost the same color, it's just a little bit different. I don't know, or maybe I want to stay linear. I don't know. I want more circles, or I want, maybe do these kinds of circles that you then fill in the, I don't know, they're not going to really show much here anyway because I did it on the very similar color. But what I could do to make that really stand out is come along with my black, like a thin one, and then just kind of follow the inside of the circle and the outside of the circle. Probably be better if I used one of my markers though, because then it wouldn't spit so much. Alright. Don't know how I feel about this, but that's okay. It's just a bunch of weird green Cheerios in a little box. It can work. because they weren't showing up before. Now they'll show up. Now, you do get less spray if you don't go against the grain with this pen. And you can kind of hear it when it wants to go against the grain. There we go. And then maybe some stripes behind it, because we're weird like that. And you could bet that I'm probably going to come back on some of the other stripes and whatnot and do black around them. And if they spit, I don't care. It just, I don't know, it's a kind of fun look to have the black on it. Oh man, did you see what happened there? Go straight up and down will help. If you don't do it at an angle like I was doing, it might not spray so much. It really sprayed a lot there. That's alright. Never know, maybe it'll get covered with something else. My lines are not matching up. And you know what? I'm going to be okay with that. Because I have to be okay with that. What else is there to do? What am I going to do? Not be okay with it and go back in time and fix it? I don't think so. That's not how it works. I know I have another pen that gives me a small nib that wouldn't do this quite as much, but that's alright. You know what? We're going to do this messily. I can do this faster if I just do the messy circles. And I'll probably like it better. Messy on purpose, I enjoy more than messy because I'm bad at it. There we go, messy circles. We can do that over here too. Okay, why? Come on. I would like to be able to see that they're messy. This is kind of like that fabric that, come on. I mean, it's possible I've used the paint in this. Can I refill these? That's what I want to know. This is Posca. They probably don't want you to refill it, but, you know, I go through them pretty quickly, and they're not cheap. And, you know, if I could refill this with, you know, some Prussian blue, that could potentially make me very happy with this little thin tip. There we go, messy circles and little splatters. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, we got circles and circles, stripes. Maybe some messy circles here. Should we do them different sizes? Just random. I don't know why it likes it on that paper better. A little bit. There we go. A little one there. Half of one there. Messy circles. I actually really like messy circles. What else can we do messy? I don't know. I'm just kind of sticking with circles and stripes for now. We were talking about maybe doing I think my pen might be running out of ink. But that's alright. Ink, paint. They're paint pens. They're not ink pens. Maybe not. Well, I'm just going to use those lines as guides, and I might do another color in between. Like maybe the turquoise. Every other one maybe. There we go. So we do that, and then we come through and do can we do a thin line of this? Trying to do sort of a plaid kind of a deal. I don't know. I don't know how to do plaid. Do you know how to? That's more argyle than plaid. So do I do the same color up and down, or do I do a different? I know I need different. That is sort of. I don't know. Probably won't end up looking like plaid. It'll just be messy. Maybe it'll be cool. I don't know. Because the pens are opaque, that makes it kind of cool. And then if I go through with just a little bit of the black, where did it go? I haven't done any white yet. We should start doing some white somewhere. Alright, I'm going to do some white circles that I will later come back in and do a little dot of a color in the middle, I think. I mean, might be easier to just do the dot and then outline the circles, but see, the problem with that is that then I'm covering up, you know, it's hard to do. Like I said, I'm going to come back through and, oh, just do this. Maybe we'll go across the line. We can do that. We don't have to stay inside the lines. Go outside the lines. Also, some of these thick lines, I was going to do something like this anyway. That way, they wouldn't just be a random thick line. They'd be a little decoration. Almost like a film strip. If you're, they should do squares. They should do square tip. I'm just saying. A square tip paint pen could be fun. Don't you think? I think that's what they should do. They've got the bullet, they've got the chisel, they've got the fine. I want a square. Maybe they do have a square. I'll have to look it up. I mean, maybe Posca doesn't, but somebody does somewhere. I bet. Maybe not. Alright, this one's thicker, so I'm going to do maybe? I don't know. It might work. Alright, we got some white dots. Let's do some more white dots over here too. And this is, you know, you can do this for a book cover, for tags, book pages. Just play. Just, if you don't have paint pens, use markers or use paint and brush. Yeah, I'm ignoring the spine because I'm going to cover the spine with fabric, so. Might be painty fabric, but it'll be fabric. How are we looking so far? Do we like it? I know there's still some things gotta be done here. I was gonna do some just gives you a different look when you go up or down. And what if we outline the inside of that? I don't know. What if we do? What if we then outline the outside of this? Is it going to be too busy? Well, we don't have to do them all. Also, straight lines would help, but they're not imperative. Let's see. What else? What else we got? What we got, people? What we got? This one we could outline with the lime. Okay, now we can see that the line's not exactly the same, but that's okay. Do I want to leave any blank, or do I want to make sure I cover everything? That is the question. Do that little thing I do in my tags. See, the nice thing about like this kind of a cover too is it kind of like, you know, you see some of the things that I've been doing. Let's go ahead and do that this way here. I just kind of do a line and a little scribble, then a line and a little scribble and a line. I don't do it perfectly, and then I try not to do a squiggle right next to another squiggle, you know. But I don't necessarily want to do it like every other one either, you know. I don't know. It's just, it almost looks like barbed wire fence. Or some like asemic writing. Who knows? Who knows, Lucy? Who knows? Could even leave a break in there, you know? Just... So you could take like I've got the sewing stamps. Those would be fun to use in this kind of application. This was a Signo gel, Uniball gel, one of my favorites. I don't think I want to add any metallics onto here. Alright, this is a fine Staedtler permanent Lumicolor, and I'm just going to go little lines in between the other lines, trying to get that plaid effect. I mean, probably not getting it, but I'm getting something. Does this mean I have to do that on another one on the other side? Does it kind of look like? Well, it's something. I might do another one on the other side. I was thinking if I wanted to go this way here too, maybe, potentially. Oh, with another color, yeah, that'd be fun. And then just outline those lines. Could use my my paint pen just like I was using. Don't have to switch to the permanent pen, but the reason I got the Staedtler Lumicolor permanent pens is because a lady on Instagram said that you can write with them on wet, if your surface is still a little on the damp side and you write with them, it doesn't ruin them. Because like your Sharpie and some of the other pens, if you write with them on something that's even just a little bit wet, those pens hate you. They don't want to be your friends anymore. They just don't. They're like, I'm done with you, I'm through with you, forget you. So it's not going to be exactly like what I did on the other side, but it'll give the illusion of being similar, I guess. I don't know. But just the opposite colors, because like kind of we ended with lime, and here we started with lime. And we're not looking for perfection. If you're looking for perfection, this is not the channel for you. If you're even looking for me to stay on in screen, yeah, you're asking a lot. I try. I really do try. Alright, let's see. We're very, very colorful, but because we stayed, even though it's busy, we stayed with just the cool colors. I get those mixed up a lot just because my brain doesn't process. We stayed with the cool colors, so it's kind of cool. Where'd my white go? I mean, I might be able to like use a yellow ochre here and there maybe, but I'll stick with these. Let's see, we have squiggly lines. Just Just random squiggly lines. That was a lot to fill up. Okay. So now we got squiggly lines on both sides. I only have like 2 that don't have anything. 3, no, 4. Oh, it's all on the back page. All right. Let's see. Oh, I went the opposite way. That's all right. We went off the edges too, but that's all right as well. Maybe we want to keep going. Because you can layer your patterns too. Like I could do a bigger pattern on top of some of this. Like you know, maybe I want to come in where there's like a juncture here, and just come in with like a black, just thick black circle. And, you know, maybe I want to do it here too. We've got circles happening. We can go ahead and do pattern on pattern. Is this bothering some of you? It's alright. And then if I really wanted to make them stand out even more, I could just go ahead, I could fill them in, you know? Which I won't. I don't think. I think I like them like this, just layered on there. Whoops. And the inside of a washi is perfect. And then if you wanted to do an oval, just squish your washi. But if you don't want an oval, then don't squish your washi. You can be wishy-washy, but don't squish your washi if you don't want an oval. Alright, that's good. Oh, there. It's just on the front. I kind of like that. It just brings something extra to it. So do not be afraid to layer a bigger pattern on top of smaller. Make sure you go off your sides, you know, that's important. You want to make it look like it's random. It's just doing its thing. It's just hanging out, you know. And like maybe I don't like how this looks, so maybe I purposely come through and make sure that that my circle is going to cover the part that I didn't like or whatever. You know? Another one right here. So, I don't know. Now I need to like see what it's going to look like with the, I don't know what I'm going to, ouch, use. I was thinking, are they in here? Yeah. Some of them are in here. I'll either grab a piece of, just like piece of muslin or whatever, but I was also, if I have a, like, is this long enough? Oh, it's almost long enough. Well, I could, or I could take some just white fabric and paint it the colors and just kind of do a patchwork of that. I don't know yet. Time will tell. I don't want to do an off-white. I would definitely want to do like a white if I was just going to do white, but that's not quite long enough unless I go this way, and I don't want to. Well, we don't hate if the ends show. I really like Rachel's fabrics that she says. This one longer? Yes, that one's longer. Might even be a little bit whiter. Whiter. And you could even have this be at the top as a nice little header. And so that's potential. Let's see. Or I could even take that off to use somewhere else, and this part would still work. Is it white enough? I think it's white enough. Alright, I'm going to take this off. I know, you're freaking out. It's okay, I'm going to use it somewhere. I'm going to make sure that I cut it off so that it stays sewn together. Even if I have to lose a little bit. So yeah, we'll use that somewhere. Like tabs. Probably use that for tabs on the book, okay? And then, should we just, is this too wide if we do it this way? Hold on. I'm going to cut my edge off a little bit, I think. I'm going to need a bigger piece on the inside anyway, right? Alright. Which is bigger. They're about the same size. Do I need this big on the outside? I don't know that I do. And I don't mind having a little extra. Let's see. Do I want it to come over? A little bit like that. I mean, if I could stitch it on there, it would be even cooler. Because then I could do something fun. And the one on the inside needs to be the bigger of the two. And that one's a little bit bigger. So if I'm going to use it on the inside, definitely need the inside a little bit bigger. So, oh, and the reason I was using fabric is because there's some tears in here that I wanted to make sure that I covered. So I need this at the very least to go from there to there. And a little bit extra. So I guess we're just gonna what? I don't know. Hope that this comes out straightish. Just put that to the back. Alright, I think this is the back side. Okay. See if I can get that in there good. And then I'm going to use... Nope. That has, I think that's the way I want it to go. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, which needs to be refilled. So it's super annoying right now. But don't mind my arm. Just trying to reach stuff in that jar up there. So I just took the cover off completely so you don't have to wait for it to, whoops. I'm like, why is it moving? Because it's still in the container. So aren't you glad I have the microphone on now that I'm doing all that banging? Let's see how much we can get that spread out. Maybe having the AC on and fan on is going to make it dry faster, but alright, let's get that on as straight as we can. That looks fairly straight. That looks fairly straight. But I might need it to come over just a little bit. Maybe it won't matter anyway. So it'll show a little bit on the front, but probably won't show on the back. Or maybe just a tiny bit on the back. Or maybe I need to just reposition it a little bit. Which with Fabri-Tac, you've got a second for that. Or I can add more glue if I need to. Let's see. Well, now it's a lot on that side. And, well, more than it was before on the other. So, I'm kind of looking at the edge here to see if I've got it fairly straight. Because I haven't glued that part yet. Because, you know, now I probably, well, hold on. I'm going to put this upside down for a minute and I'll come back. So the other thing I'll do is I will glue these edges down in a minute. I'll do it off screen. You don't have to see it, but because I need to wait for it to thing. So that's the book cover, and I will show you my masterboard right now. I have no idea how long this has taken. Long enough, but alright, so I like kind of randomly painted parts of this mixed media paper, and then I have this book that I cut the birds out of, and then I have all the words that are kind of wasted because they're a little bit shiny too. But once you put the paint on them, especially if it's a matte paint, they won't be as shiny, or it's going to be shiny anyway because it's paint. So that's the, you know, I just used that and painted that and did that into little squares and just collaged all that. So I have like all the colors on all the pages. Some might have more light, some might have more dark. And I don't know what sizes I need yet, so I'm not going to cut them up yet. But don't they coordinate nicely with the book? So this, I didn't know what I was going to do today, and this is what I ended up doing. I hope you have enjoyed it. I don't know if the cover's done yet or not, but it's at the point where I just need to leave it. And then on the inside, I think I'm going to do like these pages with the words. I think I'm going to paint some more of those and just collage the inside here. And then I'm going to use this on the inside, which will help strengthen the spine. And you'll see, I'll make a little piece of cardboard, and I'll do my signatures, and then after I have all my signatures done, then I will glue them in. It'll be a hidden spine. So yeah, this is turning out to be fun. I went from a red book to a very not red book. I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.